we are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Russell Wilson sack.
That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Chubb on the carry.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third down.
On third down, Brissett. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
Odell Beckham, 52 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
The kick is good.
It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
7. Seahawks, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
They're on 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the...
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
They'll take over first.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They go with Chubb on second down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 13-yard line.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They run. Chubb. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kyle Juszczyk taking it in. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
For the extra point.
And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
23 yards on the play. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Wilson.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 51 yards. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20.
You ain't nothing!
10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown.
Nick
Cleveland.
Chubb, 68 yards. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
With the score, Browns 21, Seahawks 7.
On first down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. A combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
At the 29-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On the carry, it's Chubb. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. Nothing too fancy there, a simple toss left, but for whatever reason, the defense, they didn't seem ready for it.
Let me continue on with your thought right there because after the play was over, I kept my eyes on the defenders. Watch them get off the ground, going back to the huddle, shaking their heads and kind of pointing to each other like, what just happened there? I think you're onto something.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they hit.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. And And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
The 20-yard line.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up second down.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
95. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Watch the screen.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They toss it left side to Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Chubb. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Here's Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, Wilson. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Hey, get on. Tighten up. Pull it together. New Mike 52, Mike 52. Bring up. Stand.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson, as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Play fake. Brissett. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Harris. The 2nd down pass. Intercepted. The Seahawks take over.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
With the score.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
And 4 yards.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off by Trent Murphy. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Wilson, he's going to keep it. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And we are all tied at 28. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Play action now. Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They go play action with Brissett. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now they try the right side here. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Mike, 315. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Mike 52.
Throwing is Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Finding room inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Third down.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
And here's motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett, and it's complete. Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Brissett. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
He was taken down at the 50.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Brissett sets to throw it. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brissett, they'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd down, Brissett. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return will actually lose 11 yards, but they get the interception. They have the football.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4 quarters hours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And he completes it to Hunt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Brissett again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Flush to his right. He can run. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Following the fumble recovery, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
Now Wilson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Now the Browns will use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Browns drive about to get started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves.
He's got a man, complete. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
35.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Now, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of